So welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome for the first time. Today is an exciting day for me because I'm doing a collaboration with two of my favorite gals here on YouTube. Cheryl from The Free Range Diva and Marie from And the Color Green. So what we're doing here today is our top 5 summer picks from then and now. So basically what we wanted to do is just take a look at our green beauty favorites for the summertime and look back on what we used to use and what we're using now, and just to see how anything has changed and what has changed. And it's been kind of a fun little exercise to see just that, see what I'm still using and what has kind of taken the place of certain products. So let's just go ahead and get started. And I am actually going to start with a product that I have been using for at least 10 years. I fell in love with it right from the get-go, and I still am in love with it as much as I was back in the day when I first started using it. And that is the Jane Iredale Pure Press Base. And the reason why I'm including this in the summertime favorites, even though this is a year-round favorite for me, is because it does have SPF. It has SPF 20. And even though we know we should be using SPF every day, all year round, it's obviously SPF kind of gets a little bit more on everybody's mind as the summertime is rolling around. So I really wanted to include this in a summertime favorite because it's also really great for touch-ups. So you probably will be using something as like a base SPF, hopefully in your skincare routine, and then you can use this over it or keep this in your bag for touch-ups during the day. So anyway, that's why I'm including this here. And I use Golden Glow. So as you've probably heard me mention before, if you frequent this channel, my skin is light to medium, olive toned. I tan pretty easily. In the whole MAC spectrum, I'm NC30, so Golden Glow is my color. And what I like to do is I use my Eco Tools Kabuki brush, and then I swirl it around, and I usually pick up a fair amount of product. And then what I do is I use a hydrosol, and here I have the Primavera Hydrosol Mist. This is from Mala Apothecary, and I actually very, very liberally spray the brush. And I'm actually not gonna put it on my face right now, but I just swirl it all over, and I actually do kind of like, with my eyes closed obviously, kind of stick it in that eye socket, the orbital area, so that it really gets under the eye here. So I almost, use it like a concealer, and then I really focus also around my mouth so that I can kind of get that hyperpigmentation of my lip area covered up. And if I want to get more concentrated on the coverage, I'll use a denser brush like this one from Wayne Goss, and do the same thing, swirl it around, use the hydrosol or just any mist that I've got. And then I've also, lately, what I've been doing is I've been using a smaller brush like this, and this is the Morphe, what is this, the M335, I think. And I'll do the exact same thing, swirl it around, use the hydrosol, and then I'll go right in under my eyes and use this actually as a concealer. So if I feel like I'm just running out the door and I don't want to do too much, makeup wise, or I'm going to just run out and play tennis, like indoor tennis, and I just want something just real quick, I'll use the Kabuki brush and not really worry about anything, real detailed. But if I want to use this as sort of like my true coverage for the day, or if I'm going to work or I'm going out or something and this is what I want to use, then I will use this brush to focus in as a concealer. And this has been working really, really well for me. Out of all of the sort of like complexion products that I use, this is the one that gets me the most compliments. So I love the Pure Press Base, and I will never be without it. So that is my first product in terms of the then and now for something that I have always been using. And in terms of a like tinted moisturizer wise, I was never able really to find a great tinted moisturizer sort of back then when I was first starting my green beauty journey. So I'm just gonna kind of like squeeze in a quick little shout out for these two. This is a new discovery, the Well People Bio Tint. I really love this one, and I'm light in this one. Really been liking this one. This is a little bit more full coverage. And then this is the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream in the tinted one. Also really like this one. This is very sheer. So as I was mentioning before, what I've been doing is using the Josh Rosebrook tinted, and then I'll go in and just use the Jane Iredale for like a little bit of concealer and maybe just like a little bit around my nose, and that's been working out really well. So I'm sort of cheating and I'm squeezing in those two tinted moisturizers for you guys as sort of like a little adjunct to the Jane Iredale Pure Press base. So one thing too that I wanted to mention is a lip balm. This is the one thing that does not have SPF in it, but you know, in the summertime, I do feel like, even more so in the winter, I tend to go through lip balms even quicker because I feel like for some reason my lips always seem to feel dry, or even more dry in the summer than they do in the winter. So my holy grail was, for a long, long time, was the Dr. Hauschka Lip Care Stick. I still really love this, but the Osmia Lip Doctor has seemed to take its place. So in terms of top favorite for summer, this has, like I said, I really feel like this has taken the place of the Dr. Hauschka, which, you know, I don't really feel too bad about because I would rather support Osmia anyway. Not that Dr. Hauschka is a bad company or anything like that, but you know, I would rather support an even smaller company. So I think they're both fantastic. I love them both, but Osmia has been a huge winner for me lately, and yeah, really love this. And so this is a fantastic summertime lip balm to have. Moving on to a moisturizer that has SPF in it. So just something you can just use every single day, you know, under your makeup, or just quickly when you're running out the door. That's just going to be super easy. For me, that's kind of been a tough one to find. So in the beginning of my green beauty journey, the one that I used the most was the Michelle, and I don't have it anymore. So I'm just going to have to throw up a picture here for you guys real quick so you can see what the tube looks like. It's not that it's a bad product or anything, and I would still typically use it, except for it only has SPF 18. So that's really been the biggest change for me, is wanting something that at least has SPF 30 in it. Now they do have an SPF 30 in the Michelle line, but I have not liked that one. So while I still do like the SPF 18 formula, for me that's not quite enough anymore. Don't really like their SPF 30 formula. So I have actually found a good replacement for that, and that is the Juice Beauty SPF 30 Mineral Moisturizer Sheer. And I really wanted to find something that was more, let's say, friendly on your wallet than the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. So while I did mention the Nutrient Day Cream Tinted for you guys, which I think is just a beautiful, fabulous product, the untinted one is also just a fantastic moisturizer as well, but it is quite expensive. And so I think that the Juice Beauty is a wonderful product. It feels great on the skin. It does kind of initially have a little bit of a white cast. I'll show you real quick. But it fades, and it has a little bit of a matte texture. So I think for those of you who live in really humid, muggy climates, this would be really nice. So I experienced that when I went back east last summer. I was just like, yeah, how could you possibly be wearing like all the dewy, glowy products in this oppressive humidity? It was like really, really bad. So I was just like, I gotta find products for people who are living in this muggy, humid weather, because here in Portland we are super spoiled in the summer and we do not have that that kind of weather to contend with. So this, I think, it would be a great option for those of you who do not want to have that like overly dewy texture. For me, it's perfect to put underneath makeup or like any kind of highlighter, and then I can add on the glow if I want to. This is great for just slapping on if I'm gonna go work out or do something outside. So I just think this, I haven't actually ever heard this talked about, I don't think. I think I just found it just sort of like perusing the Derm Store website and just gave it a shot. It has a little bit of like a citrusy scent. It surprisingly doesn't bother me at all, and it actually dissipates pretty quickly. So if you're on the market for a reasonably priced moisturizer, I do recommend this, and I feel like this has been a really good replacement to the Michelle that I used to use, and I'm happy that it's got 30 SPF. And it is strictly zinc. I'm pretty sure it's zinc only. I don't think it has any, yeah, it is. It's only zinc. It doesn't have titanium dioxide in it. So the next thing is moving on to the body. And when I first was, you know, getting into green beauty and really wanting to make sure that I had like really clean, you know, SPF on my body, I found that actually harder than anything else that, you know, in terms of finding something for my face. But I did find something called Soleo and really, really loved it. And unfortunately, it became really hard to get, and I think it is still available, but I think it might only be available in Australia and New Zealand. And so it was really such a bummer because I really loved it. And now I'm super happy because this Raw Elements seems to be very, very similar. If I'm remembering correctly, my experience of Soleo is, my experience of Raw Elements is really, really similar to what Soleo was. And I'll show you, and I'm just gonna put it on my hand. So you can see how thick it is. And then as you rub it, the white cast goes away, but maybe you can kind of see the shine, I'm not sure. But you can feel the oiliness on your skin. So for me, this is definitely like a beach pool product. When you really want to get good coverage, you don't really mind if like the stickiness gets on whatever beach clothes you have. So I would wear this with like a pair of t-shirts or shorts or a cover up that I didn't really mind if it potentially got kind of greasy. I don't know if this would really give an oil stain or not. It doesn't seem like it would, but I just wouldn't want to wear this over, or I wouldn't want to wear this under something that was nice or really like going around about town. This is definitely like kind of a sport, you know, beachy type product in my mind. But I'm thrilled to have found it because like I said, I was really lamenting not being able to find that Soleo product, and this is a fantastic replacement for it. So this is like the perfect then, you know, the product that I was in love with and I couldn't find, and then now I have found something that replaces it. And Raw Elements is a fantastic company, and I believe that they're working with Hawaiian Airlines and really, you know, in terms of helping to restore the coral reefs around the islands. So anyway, just a really good company as well. And then finally, more on the body realm, is the Davita Solar Body Moisturizer. So this is another broad spectrum SPF 30. And also just to mention, this is also broad spectrum. This is only zinc. This is only zinc. I think pretty much everything I've mentioned SPF wise is only zinc. The Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream is zinc. The Well People is zinc as well. I'm not too sure about the Pure Pressed base, so I'll have to double check on that for you. I'll put that in the description box below. I think that might have titanium dioxide in it though. But anyway, moving back to this. This is more of a daily body product that I would use. So whereas this is something that I would be wearing to the beach or the pool, this is what I'm going to be wearing just every day on a daily basis, just like going around town. So I know that some people have had an issue with this, maybe like pilling or having a white cast. I have never had that issue. I think it's because maybe I usually have like a base of just regular moisturizer on my skin. I think if your skin is really, really dry and then you try to put this on, it's not gonna work. This is not like a moisturizer. I don't think it provides great moisture. It's just, for me, I know it says moisturizer, but for me, it's definitely just, it just provides the sunscreen. So you're gonna wanna have your skin well moisturized, and then, so that's what it looks like. And then for me, it just, I don't know, it blends out very easily. It doesn't pill on me, and it doesn't leave a white cast. So it has been a really great product for me for a long, long time. Again, I think I'm going on probably eight-ish years with this product. This is probably my, I don't know how many bottles I've gone through, but a lot. I buy it all the time. You can get it, I mean, I get it at my local, you know, like health food marketplace, but you can get it off of Vitacost, usually at a pretty steep discount. So it's very readily accessible. So I highly recommend this, but just make sure your skin is pretty well moisturized. So those are my top 5, kind of like the then and the now. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what your top 5s are. I would be interested to hear, you know, how things have evolved for you guys in your green beauty journey, and, you know, what's changed and what stayed the same. I think it's kind of interesting to just sort of like look back and see what you're still using, or what maybe you used to use and why it's changed. So just leave a comment below if you're interested in doing that. I would love to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Cheryl and Marie for doing this collaboration with me. It's been a lot of fun, and definitely go check out their videos. Of course, I'm going to link that below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.